Thursday Thunder.
Yeah.
Adrian.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the date. We listed
The 13th.
Yeah.
So February the 13th. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
It is. That's all. You and Julie planning anything?
No, we haven't done anything for Valentine's Day ever.
Nah, we're going out to the Fringe and seeing Marty Sheargold, the comedian.
Ah,
Yeah,
is the Fringe starting?
Starting tomorrow, I think, or even tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, something.
Yep.
That looks interesting. What do
So
you?
in Adelaide we have the Fringe. So we have heading in. It's coming a little bit early this year.
Yeah.
Because normally it's in March. But it's always called Mad March.
It's Mad Feb.
Mad February.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That looks amazing, Kim. What are you drinking?
Ah, I am drinking the juicy strawberry flavour of Amino Energy RTDs.
It's my favourite flavour.
Really?
By far, yeah, definitely. I always go back to it. Should
All the flavours are good.
Yeah, they're all good, but that's my favourite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, what's been happening this week?
First of all, I want to talk about gym etiquette.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. Something's bugged this morning.
So,
What was wrong this morning?
I guess it was this morning. So, yesterday it was a slow day in the gym, pretty quiet. So I decided to disinfect everything. Get some hand towels, get the spray, disinfect the handles, the bars, all the dumbbells, the benches.
I did the benches on Monday, so that done twice.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I went through everything. It took me about a good hour and a half. And I sat down and I had a meal, and the first person to walk in did not have a towel.
Yes.
And the first thing I'm like, well, they're gonna sweat all over my nice clean equipment and making it sweaty for the next person to come past. So we do enforce that if you don't have a towel, you cannot train. Maybe we should enforce it a bit more strictly, I've been thinking. So if any members watch this, if you do not have a towel and you do not use the towel, you are not training. This is not only for hygiene purposes, but also for longevity of the equipment. Yep. The leather, the synthetic leather on the
what deteriorates all the benches, the seats. It's while wear and tear plays a big part in it, but a lot of it is to do with sweat.
Sweat and salt.
If you have a look on all benches, where the head rests, usually that you will see that there is either a discoloration or then the upholstery is cracking and peeling. And that's because that deteriorates the upholstery faster than actual wear and tear.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because I'm seeing someone have a towel, but it's on the floor next to them while they're laying on a bench.
Yeah.
That defeats the purpose of what the towel is for. So please put the towel underneath your head, underneath your back. If you're laying on a bench, if you have a full length towel, that's even better. You can cover the entire bench, but we're not asking everyone to bring a beach towel. Just a tea towel, a hand towel, so you can put behind your head, so you're not sweating onto the equipment, making it worse for everyone else. And with a certain virus going around lately, we don't really want to have a breakout anywhere. So I'm trying to keep the place as hygienic as possible. So that's just a little bit.
But I can't understand why you would even contemplate on going into the gym and training without a towel. I just don't understand it.
Yeah. I mean, I sweat when I'm training.
Well, that's right. Yeah, I sweat and you need to wipe your face. So I can't understand how you would go and train without a towel.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Really
in stock, we spoke last week about the deficit, so all the 4 flavours of the deficit are now in stock, getting really good feedback on the product. All the stores have got some samples. You've got some here?
I've got some samples here.
Yeah. So with the other stores, I'm not sure how much is left, but if you'd like to try it when you come in next time and get some subs, ask us and we'll see if we've still got some samples left. But the feedback is really, really good. And like I said, I've used it. You've used it?
I've used it, yep.
I like the formula. It's a very good formula. Gives you good energy without crashing. Gives you nice sweats. But check out our review, which we did last week. So that is online on our page. Now, so check out the review. Also, we spoke about the limited edition Dragon's Breath Purple Drank, which is a great flavour.
It is.
That is now in stock.
Yep.
Again, we opened the tub of that this week, and it's a really nice flavour.
It's very nice. Yeah, I used 2 scoops, and it did get me by surprise. A little bit sour for myself, but 1 scoop seems to be like a good hit.
1 scoop of this gives me really good energy.
Yep.
I find 2 scoops is, I don't seem to get any benefit if I have 2 scoops.
No.
1 scoop, I put 1 and a bit.
Yeah, 1 and a bit.
Now, also comes for the first few people a free gift pack, which is a Red Dragon Nutritionals shaker. There's a wristband. There's a car freshener.
And car air
freshener. Yep. So that is available. So these are while stocks last for the first few people. All right.
Oh. We also got Gutright Daily in stock now.
Gutright Daily is now in stock. We spoke about that last week. Few people have asked me what is the difference between Gutright and Gutright Daily. Now basically, if you are doing the 10-day cleanse protocol, we suggest that you still do the original Gutright.
Yeah.
But then when you go on to your once a day maintenance, then you can switch over to the Gutright Daily.
Yeah. So I grabbed one of these for myself the other day, and I had 2 servings this morning because someone didn't want to have a serve. After I mixed it, of course. So I have to admit, the taste is a lot more. It is a lot more palatable. You've still got it comes in waves. So it's raspberry flavour. You get a hit of raspberry, and then it'll slow transition to a bit of a Gutright earthiness, and then back to raspberry. So there's a slight discomfort level, but it's very minimal. But when you finish, you're like, okay, yep, that's definitely raspberry.
Yep.
So the cup, do it again. Having 2, however, is a little bit difficult.
So that is in stock now, and that's basically how you do it. If you've been just taking 1 serve of Gutright a day and you want to switch over to Gutright Daily, yes, that's fine too. The difference between the product is that they've taken out some of the fibres to make way for the flavouring, but otherwise it's pretty much exactly the same. Now we do those as a double pack as well. So you can mix and match. For $119.95, you can get 2 Gutright, you can get 2 Gutright Dailies, you can get 1 for normal Gutright when you do your 10-day cleanse, and 1 Gutright Daily. So they are available in store and online now. Beautiful. That was a good pickup.
Good. I read it down here. I was like, oh, that's right.
That's it.
Yep.
What else has been happening? ICN posing classes are now in full swing. So we had our first classes last weekend here and at Rinella at Esther's gym, Olympic Muscle and Fitness. We had a really good turnout. Esther had 24.
Wow.
Rock up.
I was like 10 or 11 here.
Yeah, something like that. So they were really good turnouts. Adrian and I will be here this week to help Janelle with the posing classes, so I will be here as well if you want to talk anything ICN or questions like that. So check out our social media pages, Instagram, ICN_SA, ICN South Australia on Facebook. All the times and the locations are there. That's it. Yeah, there's nothing new happening. There's no news in bodybuilding or something.
Not necessarily.
I mean, all the comps are pretty well in full swing. The first comp coming up in season A is the IFBB, and I think that's 4 weeks this Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's on the March long weekend on a Monday. You won't be here.
Nope.
Because you were really looking forward to going there.
I was, yes. That's what it was, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing some key players. I want to see how they're going, really like their preps that are going, how they end, and you'll keep me updated though.
Yeah. So that's 4 weeks. The ICN SA is 9 weeks this Sunday. So most people are in full prep now. Some are approaching the end of their prep. In bodybuilding news, I did see this morning that Dexter Jackson has announced that he's coming over and doing the Australian Arnold Classic as well.
Interesting.
So, and I think he's hinted that this is his last year of competition, I think, finishing at the Olympic.
That'd be good. What a good run.
That's it.
That's it.
Now, we've got a bunch of questions. I'll start off with one, and we covered this, and I just get it asked all the time. And I had a lady, I was at Millswood yesterday, and a lady come in, and she wanted the lowest calorie protein. Now, we've talked about this before, and in the end, all the protein powders have got exactly the same amount of calories because Mother Nature determines the calorie value of protein, not supplement companies. So the lowest calorie amount in a protein powder, if it's advertised as such, that means it's going to have a really small serve. So the smaller the serve, the smaller the calories. So I did see one, and this lady pointed out the website, well, this one's got 80 calories per serve. And I said, yes, that's because the serving size is small, and in the end I found out the serving size was like 22 grams.
Yeah, which is about how much? 20 grams of protein with 2 grams of
exactly,
flavour.
Exactly. It worked out to about 20 grams of protein per serve, which then comes out to, at 4 calories, comes out to 80 calories. I tried to explain it to her showing apples and pears and everything else, and she still had trouble understanding that, and said that she's going to go buy this one because it had 80 calories per serve. Even though I told her that if you pulled out a comparable protein powder, showed her that if you had a 22 gram serve of this, it'd be 80 calories as well.
Yeah.
But all she saw was that because it was a 35 gram serve giving 28 grams of protein, that it had like 120 calories.
Yeah. So she's going to die.
Yeah. So just be aware of that they all have, and this boils down to weight gainers as well. If you had a 100 gram serve of a WPI, it would give you
about 400 calories.
400 calories. If you had a 100 gram serve of a protein powder that consisted of 80% carbohydrates and 20% protein, how many calories?
400 calories.
Still 400 calories, people, you know. So in the end, it's the serving size that will determine, and that's why weight gainers have a bigger serving size so that you are getting more calories.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep answering this question.
In regards to that, I want the lowest count of calories in this serve. Do you reckon that woman was counting her calories for the entire day?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. That's all I want to ask.
No, she wouldn't be.
Yep.
All right, so what do you got?
Okay, so I've got a few questions. So first off, we got, number one is how much sleep is optimal and how much do we personally get?
Me, I get anywhere between 6 and 7 hours of sleep a night.
Yeah,
if I get 7, that's a good night, and my Fitbit will actually come up with little stars and fireworks displays saying that I reached 7 hours.
I think I average anywhere from 5 to 7. Some days
I average 6.5.
Oh, yeah. Anything more than 8, I get a little bit like overtired. Where you sort of like it becomes like a negative feedback where you sleep too much and you end up being too tired. It's weird, but optimally for health or recovery is 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, look, I think try to aim for at least a minimum of 7 hours sleep. I think if you're training really hard, look, everyone's different though. I know people who function on 3 hours sleep a night, you know, and then I know others like my wife that needs 27 hours of sleep a night. So I think if you try to aim for around 7 and you get it, then you're doing really well. You know, if you can get more, even better.
It's even better if you can get into a routine of like being better at this time and wake up at this time. Your body's natural circadian rhythm is going to line up.
I'm a morning person. I wake up very early every morning, so I go to bed.
10?
Very rarely do I go past 10. Usually 9:30. You know, daylight savings, we tend to look and see that it's dark. Okay, it's time for bed. You know?
Yeah, same.
So I don't see much point in staying up until the early hours of the night, but I do see a lot of point in starting your day early and being productive. So that's what I do.
Cool. Okay, next one is the safest deficit to lose weight is 1 kilogram per week too aggressive. I would say 1 kilogram is too aggressive for someone who weighs 60 kilos. Yeah,
I was just going to say, if you're 120 kilos and got a lot of weight to lose, you can comfortably lose 1 kilo a week for a while.
Yeah, I think they say after a maximum of 8 weeks before you actually get some negative feedback through like your strength and performance. Around 500 grams is what you want to tend to aim for, 5 to 7 to even up to a kilo. But yeah, for a kilo, if you got a lot to lose, it's easy, it's simple, it's safer, but anything lower.
That again depends, like you said, on your starting body fat percentage.
Yes, of course, The
higher you are, well then you can lose a lot more weight initially very quickly.
I mean, if you're 20% body fat, losing a kilo a week weight is great. If you're 10% body fat, losing a kilo is probably not the healthiest way. But aim for around 500 grams per week is the safest bet. So 500 calories less a day. Okay. Tips to increase chin-ups. I would say become more fluent with the actual movement. And if you're only getting a max of 8 or 10 chin-ups with body weight, maybe go to like a lat pull down and try matching your body weight on the lat pull down. But obviously if you're getting better in that particular movement, it can handle more weight than your body weight. Hypothetically speaking, you should be able to do pull-ups.
The other thing you can do is you could use bands.
You could use bands, of course.
You could use a band around your knee, over the bar, or an assisted chin-up machine like we've got here. So I would start by always doing free weight chin-ups for 2 or 3 sets, and then maybe throw in a band on when you're starting to get fatigued and if you're struggling to get 10, do your 8 to 10 for 2 or 3 sets, and you find that you'll start only getting 6 or 5. Well, then maybe throw a band around your knees and around the bar to get you those extra reps. But do 2 or 3 sets at least with your body weight, as many as you can. Also, keep track of how many you're doing. Say if you're doing 8, and next week try to do 9, even if it's like a 3/4 one or something.
At least do more.
Yeah. So, but if you're going into the gym and just doing 3 sets of 8, I can just get 8. I'm just doing 3 sets of 8. No, if you're doing 3 sets of 8, that means you could have done 10 to 12 in your first one. Yeah. So just try to throw that 1 rep in. 1 rep in. Throw the bands in.
Okay. So, how do I grow big legs? Being 6'1". Now, I'm obviously going to say train them harder.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you're taller, you have longer origin and insertion points, meaning the muscle has to go over a wider range. Now, some people are genetically gifted at having a larger leg. So I've got long femurs, but I've also got very large quads. That's because that's just a genetic strength of mine. Some people might have a genetic strength in their biceps, their chest, their back, etc. But at the end of the day, if you want to grow any muscle, you have to increase the stress it is put under per week, giving yourself optimal time to recover, and so on and so forth. So to grow big legs, being 6'1", you just sort of train them harder, get stronger, progress. Lifting lighter weight is not going to constitute to a bigger muscle, no matter what way you throw it. Okay. Best protein after training for a beginner?
The same as the protein for the advanced trainer.
Yeah, it's all going to do the same thing.
Yep.
If you are lactose intolerant, probably go to something like a WPI or even like a plant-based one or a collagen protein. If you're a plant-based, obviously protein intake person, meaning what's the word, vegan or vegetarian, opt for a plant-based protein over your dairy.
Yeah. But in the end, there is no protein powder that is marketed at beginners.
No, they're exactly the same. They're the same thing.
Exactly right.
You get the same thing in a drumstick. Like chicken drumstick.
It's like there's no eggs marketed at beginners bodybuilders.
They
no meat marketed at beginners.
But there should be. Let's do it. All right.
So yeah, just get yourself a good protein powder. And look, there's a lot of variables. Like you mentioned the variables in terms of your digestion, but it depends on your goals. If you're trying skinny and trying to gain weight, well, you need a different type of protein powder. If you're overweight trying to lose weight, then you need a different protein powder. So go to your sub store and talk to
us.
Talk to us. And we'll be able to then guide you to the right protein.
Okay, next one is it normal to have a dull lower back pain after squats? Well, I would normally say no, but I suppose if you're going into more of a heavier weight or doing like a pulse or doing like a very sudden stop or a sudden jerk or even moving your hips forward a tiny bit, I would say no, it's not normal.
It could be also if you do low bar squats.
It could be low bar
because
squats.
That causes you to actually go forward a little bit. So you're just, the ache you're talking about, I assume is DOMS.
It would be a weakness in the lower back. So yes and no. Obviously, if you injure yourself, you'll definitely know the difference. You'll know the difference from a DOM pain to a I can't walk pain. So maybe just, like I said, I think I answered this on my Instagram, where if you're hurting every single week, maybe look at your form, look at your technique, and then drop the weights back and see you can do it for a couple of days and then not have any pain.
Maybe do some box squats.
Yeah, box squats is great as well. Just the break of the hip and come back up. Alright, last question is, should I increase my weight if I'm doing 3 to 4 sets at 15 reps per set? Yes.
Should I increase my weight if I'm doing 3 to 4 sets at 15 reps? Well, yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're especially limiting yourself to those 15, if all 15 of those reps are on the 15th you're failing, you should definitely increase the weight. Just to
see that to me, and I've spoken about this a lot of times. This is an annoying thing where someone says, "I'm doing 3 sets of 15 reps." I believe that every set that you do, if it's a working set, you should go to failure. Now, if you're doing 15 reps still on your 3rd set, that means you've got to done 20 to 25 on your 1st set.
Yes, of course.
None of my sets, doesn't matter what exercise I do, none of my sets have the same amount of reps on it.
No.
None of them. First set is what I gauge my strength and performance on and base my numbers on. So that will be the highest number of reps.
Yeah.
Then I'll usually up the weight a little bit and the reps will drop. Now even if I did the same weight and I got, for instance, 40 kilos dumbbell bench press and I got 15 reps and I stayed on 40 kilos, I would not get 15 on the second set.
No.
I wouldn't, because the first set, that 15th rep was to absolute failure. I fatigued my muscles, so to the point that if I do my next set, I'm going to get 12 reps.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Of course I get
So, yes, you should be increasing your weight. Yes.
that. Yeah.
And you should be increasing your target reps. You should be increasing everything progressively on every set, every workout, which we've talked about 100 times.
I think if I made like a huge compilation, it would be like
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think you could do that because there's too much to go through.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all the questions I have received.
Well, that's it. That was a good number of questions. That's it. This episode, as per always, has been brought to you by Australian Muscle and Australian Muscle the Gym and Australian Muscle Online.
Free Australia-wide delivery.
Free Australia-wide delivery. And yeah, look, take advantage of that, guys. If you can't get into the stores, place your order by 1 p.m. and you're in the Adelaide metro area, there's a good chance you're going to get your delivery that afternoon. And there's a good chance that if you're living in the northern suburbs, you're going to get it delivered by me personally. So
That's a trip.
Yep. All right, thanks guys, thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
Don't forget to follow us on our socials. We put up every week a question and answer regarding this. Adrian has question and answers on his Instagram practically every day. Hit us up, we will always choose the best questions on there and feature them on here. Got anything, just send them through to us and we'll try and answer them. Thanks guys, stay safe and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.